If you're a founder or a leader at a startup, you often wondered which comes first, company or valuation. Does building a better company create a higher valuation, or does a higher valuation help build a better company? In today's rat race of raising capital, like the proverbial question, which comes first, the chicken or the egg, I often find people wondering whether company creates capital or capital creates the company. Today, I would like to share the answers that we found in our journey of building Lavelle Networks. The term founder today is more often used than owner or promoter or CEO. A couple of months back, while flying from Bangalore to Delhi, I overheard one of the flight staff confiding in one of the passengers that he has a really hectic schedule because in between his flight dates or flight times, he's running a startup. Look around your friends and family, everyone is talking about a startup. The word valuation today is, which was rarely used outside business meetings before, is now all over the news and media. I read the Economic Times, and there the startup and disruptions page has moved to literally the front of the paper. Now, as I watched businesses being built and learnt about management, I was often taught that leadership is very important while building a company. Great leaders build great visions, they build great teams, they make decisions. Stories of Andy Grove turning Intel around, Narayan Murthy building Infosys, Steve Jobs building Apple. These were the stories you heard when you studied business. But in the last 5 years, we hear a lot more about valuation, about reaching unicorn status, a lot about non-revenue metrics like GMV. We hear very little about business leaders leading us. It led me to ask whether leadership really matters. In today's world of frenzied valuations, oversubscribed capital raising rounds, and when becoming a unicorn is a function a lot more of how much capital you raise rather than the sales and profits you generate. Does founder growth really matter? Or does capital become the big thing that matters? I believe leadership matters. It matters to grow as a founder while growing your startup. The growth of a founder creates something wonderful and magical, what I like to call a good company. The valuation built on your last capital raise is temporary. The valuation created on the foundation of building a good company is perennial. And to create a good company, you simply need good leaders because people function best when they are led by a capable leader. We have had technology hackers, security hackers, coding hackers, and growth hackers, and even life hackers. It is time for startups to learn leadership hacking, a way to share, beg, borrow, or steal tools and techniques that have helped in achieving good leadership in startups. So how do you get started with leadership hacking? I would like to share 3 principles from my journey. The first, become the best founder that you can be. It means letting each personal strength show and shine. It also means constantly identifying and improving your personal weaknesses. There is a famous saying, you get promoted to the level of your incompetence. As the founder CEO of your startup, you're the helm of affairs, and every competence or incompetence, major, minor, or microscopic, will impact your company. So founder growth is an intensely personal matter. It starts with you identifying yourself in a brutal, naked manner and getting to work to chisel yourself to perfection. That's how you can become the best founder that you can be. Walking into the journey of building Lavelle Networks, I thought that it would be about my understanding of market, technology, and customers. I quickly realized that it is about who I was and who I wanted to be. Your company is going to be deeply influenced by you as a founder in every aspect of value, culture, and vision. So get to know who you are so you know what you will land up building. Let me tell you a story that I used to laugh at until I realized it's not a laughing matter. It used to be the running joke in our company that when people would come and want to meet me, I would unhesitatingly say, I'll be with you in 5 minutes. And people would trade jokes about how long their 5 minutes was. On the horror side, some have waited for an evening and have still not been able to make time for them. I would constantly be going home late from work because of all the commitments, the gracious commitments of time that I had made. And then I decided that I have to change. That as a founder of a startup, I need to use my time like water in a desert with utmost care and priority. Even though generosity might be wired in my DNA, I have to be careful when I'm growing as a leader of a startup. And therefore, I decided to ruthlessly prioritize the way I manage my time. I started to use what John Maxwell calls the ultimate priorities, those things that simply have to be done. I now make a list of my priorities and then spend 80% of my time on just the top 20% of my priorities. Meetings run to time, things get done, releases get shipped. So as you can see, founder growth matters because when a founder confronts his or her weakness and grows out of it, it impacts the entire company. Let me tell you another story. All the time from my school days, a word used to describe me was helpful. I would always be the kid who was hanging around helping everyone. Now, this continued when I started to work as well. And it was okay when I was working for someone else or running a team. And then I became a founder. Now I had people running entire functions, product, sales, marketing, finance, reporting to me. And I would constantly be blurring the line between me helping them get great results versus me helping them just do their job. I found that even when results were met, I would be constantly second guessing the performance of my leadership team. Was it them or was it me? And then I decided that this aspect of me also had to change. As their leader, I was responsible for setting priorities, assigning resources of time and people, and then I have to sit back and let the leadership team do their job. When I did this, performance matters became crystal clear. It became easier to recognize which leaders were able to grow and do much better, and which leaders were staying around simply because of my helpful nature. So founder growth matters because before you can make every part of your organization seek excellence, as a founder, you will have to seek it first. The second principle is honor your customers. Now, there's a word you don't hear often these days because we call them users, and often they are just a data collection source for AI or ML. But customers pay for our businesses to exist. Coach your team to deeply honor and respect your customers, whether you have 1, 10, 100, or 1,000 customers. It's become fashionable these days to use the word customer experience. But Mahatma Gandhi taught that to us in its most pristine form when he said in South Africa in 1890, a customer is not dependent on us. We are dependent on the customer. Now, this is something that we have to coach and train our teams often. I used to do this over and over in our team meetings, telling our company the importance of our customers. And one day, when I just happened to ask my office assistant to help us with some coffee, just a casual request, I was elated when he turned around and said that, as it often happens in startups, we're all doing multiple things. He said that he had to help our hardware team ship a replacement unit to our customer, and only then he can help us with coffee. Wow, that is honoring our customers. Therefore, because we venture-funded startups have cash in the bank irrespective of the current month's revenue, we should never forget that customers are the reason our businesses exist. The third principle is produce results with integrity for your investors. Now, this is not something we talk often about, probably not as often as the quarterly board review you do about your business metrics, but investors notice the integrity of your company. Just like a building, no matter how good it looks like, once you know that the foundation of the building isn't what it seemed like, the building doesn't have long-term value. So in order to create phenomenal returns on investment, and in order to create long-term value, the foundation of your company has to be built on integrity. Business results could be good, bad, or ugly. It is the value system of your company that determines how you report those results. The fact is that high integrity companies are just more durable. And when companies are more durable, the sheer longevity that they have helps them outlast the near-term highs and lows. Investors want to trust your company more than analyze it. Now, those are the 1, 2, 3 principles of leadership hacking. Be the best founder that you can be. Honor your customers. Produce results with integrity for your investors. Sure, are the new age concepts of building valuation from capital raises, raising capital often, building data-driven growth models are all extremely cool concepts of our age. But when you sit down and think about it, first of all, you're building a company. So go out there and build a good company. It's the 21st century. The bar to building technology has fallen. It's a lot easier today to put working open source code in the cloud, use the cloud itself to do sales and marketing and reach your customers. But the bar to building a good company is still very high. Yes, leadership hacking is cool. As we work hard to build our companies and grow them, along the way, as we build a good company, we touch the lives of every employee, customer, and investor. Good companies create cheer, happiness, and hope in everyone's life that they touch. We've hacked away at creating AI and cryptocurrency. Let's do the same in building good companies.